into a real fight wasn't right. Where can she dream here? Took a hold of her.
Kind of funny. I've recorded today's show, but then the thought of something I said was kind of one of those things that you really, do you want to put that out there? Do you want to make, do you want people to hear that? Should I have said that? Should I have done this? Well, I decided I might as well just come on and do this live. Hey, everybody, it's Wednesday, and I'd like to introduce you to the new format. It's no longer the IMpACT podcast. It is now Community Impact. And we are doing this because we have a lot of things coming up. We will be releasing a digital magazine every quarter of the year. And that digital magazine will have a yearbook at the end of it. And this magazine is going to be a little bit different than a lot of the magazines out there. What's going to happen is we're asking our business partners, whoever you are, whether you're a community pay it forward partner or not, we're asking you to join us and tell your story. Tell people who you are, what you do, why you do it. And when you come on, you tell your story, you're going to be you'll get a story in the book, you'll get an ad in the digital magazine, all this stuff. But that also puts you in for the year-end yearbook, which is going to be a coffee table book. Now, at the end of the first year, because we're only going to have 2 issues of the digital magazine, at the end of the first year, it's going to be a magazine style book. We're not going to do the hard copy, but starting in 25, at the end of 25, we are going to do the hardcover coffee table book. One of the things that we're asking you as a business owner to do is to join us. Again, tell your story. We're going to keep it as affordable as we can while we're trying to be able to put out these books and afford the printing and everything, which is going to cost, it's not cheap. But what we're going to do is we're going to offer you something. And that offer is you come on, you tell your story as a business. You tell your who, when, where, why. Why are you doing what you're doing? If you're a real estate agent, was there something when you went to go buy your first house that you were just like, God, I couldn't stand this, and I want to see this changed, and I think I can do it better. And so you got into real estate, and that's what you're doing. Is that why you're in real estate? Tell us about it. Are you a web designer that you just realized that, you know what, I don't like the way that some web designers take control of stuff and they don't let you have any say. It's like, here you go, here's your site, jog on. You wanted to do something else. So that's the first thing. We're going to tell people why you're different. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to ask you to pick a nonprofit. A small nonprofit that you love. One that you support. One that you know maybe. And I don't care if this is a 1-person nonprofit. I don't care if it's a 100-person nonprofit. As long as they're not one of the multi-million-dollar organizations, as long as they're small and they mean something to you, we're going to ask you to bring them on board with you. And the price that you pay is going to cover their story. So it's going to be you paying for your story, which doesn't change whether you bring in a nonprofit or not. But we're also going to tell people that, you know what, your organization is also supporting this story about this nonprofit. For the remainder of 2024, because we're just starting, because we're looking to build our reputation, we do have a special. You're going to get these 2 articles that, you know, these 2 articles, and you're going to get advertisement in both the digital magazine and the year-in yearbook. So 2 stories plus the advertisement, plus you're also going to be as the sponsor for the nonprofit, all for $400. Um, we're also going to be selling advertisement in this book, or in the magazines, in the digital magazine, which is also going to get you in the yearbook. But what we want to do is we want to make this book something to where people can go to at the end of the year. And by the way, people are going to be able to sign up to get an issue of the magazine delivered right to their inbox. Okay. The yearbook is going to cost them, but the yearbook's going to have a lot of things in it. We're going to really make it worth your while to pick it up and support what we're doing. But this is going to be a way that we can really get out there and we can really support some of these smaller nonprofits that are out there, whether it's local to your town or somewhere across the seas. Like we're going to be talking and showing a very, very touching, moving, aggravating, but hopeful video here pretty soon with one of our community pay it forward mission partners. This is going to be a shortened show today. I'll just tell you that right now. It's a shortened show today because we've been putting this together for a while, but anybody who's in business, anybody who's got, what's one of those things, a life, that's what it is, knows that you can do all the best planning in the world and you can have everything ready to go, you think, until it comes time to have it ready to go. And then all of a sudden, nope, you're not ready at all. So this will be a short show today. We're going to be talking to a couple people, but there's like I said, we're going to be showing one video that really has it touched my heart in a way that, and we've been working with them for a while, and it really did. It kind of touched my heart, and I wanted to make sure that we shared it with you guys out there. So, one of the other things that we want to do is we want to make sure that everybody knows that this right now, this month is Child Abuse Awareness Month. Okay. And while I was studying up on this and looking into this, I came across some numbers that were just outright scary. They just, I didn't, it was staggering. And I created this video just to try to make sure that we all understand that there are kids out there that are being hurt every day. And we need to be on the lookout for them. We need to look for this, and we need to make sure that we've got our eyes and ears open. I don't know why I said eyes and pointed to in between my eye and ear. I guess it's kind of one of those things that, well, it's kind of there. So the other ear doesn't work either. So it kind of, maybe that's what it was. But I would really like to share this video with you after I introduce you to Shop, Click, and Pick. Maybe. Introducing Shop, Click, and Pick, the simplest way to support those doing good. We understand that shopping is a necessity, and with a slight adjustment, you can make a huge difference for those in need. Here's how it works. Visit communitypayitforward.us and navigate to the Find Your Partners tab. Discover our verified giving partners, trusted allies ready to meet your needs. Shop with any partner that resonates with you. Click a picture of your receipt or invoice. Pick a mission partner you wish to support and use their QR code to send a receipt to us. Then all you have to do is sit back and enjoy your purchase, knowing you've made a meaningful change for someone in need. Community Pay It Forward amplifies your business's impact by sharing your story with those who require your services, rallying support for those who need us all. Because no one needs to go it alone when we all come together. Hey everyone, it's Zach with Community Pay It Forward. Look, April is Child Abuse Awareness Month. I find this one to be one of those awareness months that makes no sense. Every month, every one of us should be on the lookout for children in our community. I've never kept much of a secret. I love my kids. Yours, not so much. But I truly believe every child should have a chance. Every child deserves a shot to create and live a very happy and fulfilling lifestyle that they are proud of. It is on us. It's our duty as adults to allow them to make this decision that impacts their lives. Help them by staying informed of the stories that you are aware of, highlighting the consequences and rewards. But the decisions should still be theirs. When we allow abuse, we not only allow damage now, but we allow damage that could change lives forever. This gets a little drawn out, but here's a look at numbers that will hopefully help you recognize and shock you into action. This is the danger that these children are in. In 2022, 4.276 million children were referred for maltreatment. These reports involved a shocking 7.5 million children. 89% of these victims were maltreated by one or both parents, and only 3.096 million received prevention or post-response services. This highlights the need for help. 1,990 children lost their lives to abuse in 2022. That's 5 children every single day. The highest rate of abuse is found among children under the age of 1. Tragically, 66.1% of all children fatalities were younger than 3. And 81.8% of these fatalities involved a parent. Of the children who died, 76.4% suffered from neglect, while 42.1% suffered from some other physical abuse along with neglect. 59% of children are falling victim to sex trafficking. Shockingly, 36 states report 1,084 unique victims of sex trafficking, with the majority, 87.3%, being female. Compounding this tragedy is the fact that 50% to 60% of maltreatment facilities are not even recorded on death certificates, underscoring hidden nature of this crisis. That means that most of these are not even being reported. Child abuse knows no bounds. We need to know our bounds. Together, let us stand together to unite and resolve and combat child abuse in all of its forms. Yes, April is Child Abuse Awareness Month. Let's heighten our awareness of children being abused out there. Below, you see the number to the Child Abuse Hotline, 1-800-843-5678. 1-800-843-5678. You'll also see another number that all of us are very, very accustomed to, 911. If you see a child that's in trouble, use those numbers. Let's no longer sit back. Let's no longer wait for someone else to take care of it. Let's do this. If we do nothing, we help no one. If you do nothing, you'll help no one. Let's make sure all of us are coming together to make a difference. No one needs to go it alone when we all come together. My name is Zach Clayton, Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and the IMpACT channels. Please, let's take care of each other. Love someone out there because someone out here loves you. Watch your kids. Watch your neighbors' kids. Let's protect our children. Thank you. So I know that in that video, I threw out a lot of numbers, and I know that numbers are boring, and I know that they bring you to kind of a point after a while that you just sit there and you're like, I can't listen to them no more. Here's the important thing to get out of that. There are a lot of kids getting hurt. There are a lot of kids that get hurt. And we need to make sure there are these things called mandatory reporters. My wife and I, as people who are registered with the state for caregivers, we are mandatory reporters. If we see somebody doing something that's harming a child, we have to turn them in. It doesn't matter if that's my own children that I see doing something to my grandchildren. We have to turn them in by law. We can get in trouble if we don't. Is that a good system? Yeah, no. It's not an easy system. Look, there's times that you just want to stay out of stuff. You don't want to deal with it. It's like, hey, this is their family. They're, not my monkeys, not my circus. It is our circus. It's our world. If we want this world to be better, we have to be better. We have to work better. We have to work together better. We have to work harder. We have to do things. Make yourself. Take a pledge. We ask you to do this with the human contract. Take a pledge to sign the human contract. Make this part of your human contract to where you take and make a vow that if you see someone getting hurt, you're going to become a mandatory reporter. Again, it's not an easy thing. It's not a lot of fun, and whatever, you might feel like a rat, whatever it is, but deal with it. It's better than seeing another kid get hurt, another child get trafficked. finding more children that have disappeared and harmed. So, you know, as I stated in that video, this is one of those months that really confuses me because a lot of these months that we, I guess, celebrate is the best way to put it, make no sense to me because we ought to be thinking about it all the time. We ought to think about people with prostate, breast cancer all the time. If they're in our families, if they are like in our immediate families, we think about them all the time. So let's make sure that, we, you know, let's celebrate fun stuff. Let's celebrate, hey, National Ice Cream Day, which is my favorite day. First off, that ought to be a holiday where everything is shut down except for Dairy Queens. And Dairy Queens, you guys never have any excuse on why you should shut down, just to let you know. You're awesome. That's just it. You're awesome. So, you need to stay open. And you should really give people who talk good stuff about you, you should really give them some coupons. Just saying. Let's think about kids. Let's think about what's going on. If you see a child that's being mistreated, stand up. If you don't want to attack the parent, go to somebody. If you're in a store, go to a store. If you're in the school, go to a teacher. Say, hey, can you go and check out what's going on over there, please? Small steps. It's what we always talk about. My first guest today, my only actual guest today, is a brand new partner. I tell this story about how we met. And it was really funny that we tried to get to each other and we tried to connect, and this whole thing happened, and he knew he wanted to talk to me and I knew I wanted to talk to him, but every time we turned around we ended up talking to somebody else. So it wasn't until the second day when we actually got to sit there and talk to each other. But still, when we connected, we talked about each other's businesses, we introduced ourselves, and we knew right then and there that there needed to be some form of a connection. We had a meeting here and we knew right away it was a done deal. This has to go on. So this is Harold Kiefer of Hitch Corner, and in which I flat out tell him I never knew there was so much to do with hitches in any world. There's a lot to do. I'd like to introduce you to our brand new gold partner, Harold Kiefer, Harold Kiefer of Hitch Corner. Hey everybody, how's it going? I am here with our brand new partner, Harold Kiefer. Harold and I met at Achieve Systems Academy, and he and I, it was kind of funny. I went first. He heard what I did. He went shortly after I did, and I was really attracted to what he was talking about because he is talking about something that I adore, which was camping. And being in northern Colorado, we have a lot of animal movements and transportation, camping again, but a lot of things to do with something that I've never even thought of. And Harold, one of the first questions that I asked you, and you own Hitch Corner. And one of the first questions I asked you is, how many things are there to do with hitches? Because I never really thought about it, and you really opened my eyes. Can you tell us how many things are there to do with hitches?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, like kind of like even ask the question, it kind of breaks down into we've got your standard bumper pole. So on the back, we can tow our small camping trailers, a little bit bigger camping trailers, motorcycles, jet skis, boats, obviously. But then right now we're doing like 60% of our hitches for a bike rack or a cargo carrier. Guys that just want to get their toys to their destination, whether it be bikes or like with a cargo carrier, bringing wood for the fire or their barbecue, that kind of stuff. And then on the larger side, then we get into the bigger hitches into the beds. We've got gooseneck hitches for the big ranchers and the horse trailers, and then the big fifth wheel hitches, for all the fifth wheels that are out there. So there's a ton. And then finally, we actually have front receivers for guys that you can plow with. And also, if you're towing all this big stuff off the rear and still want to take your bikes, you can do a bike rack off the front as well. So yeah, you asked a great question because it's amazing. You can do a lot with a little thing, attached to your vehicle.
You know, that actually brings up another thing because I told you I had a truck once that I was thinking about doing plowing with my truck. And when I was talking to somebody about it, they were talking about how it kept screwing up their front end. And what's the difference between actually putting one of the other kind of plows on as compared to what
Sure.
you guys offer?
Yeah, so the one you generally see is the more the commercial plow, which is a hydraulic,
Mhm.
it's heavy, it's a beast. But if you're going to be plowing like constantly and you're doing, lot to lot to lot or whatever, that's probably the way to go. But for ones that we sell, goes into the 2-inch receiver, and we have two different ones. We have one that has electric winch, so it helps to lower and raise it. And then we have a very simple one that literally you just get out, you drop it, and then gravity does all your work for you. You can always angle them left, right, or straight. But the difference is on that light duty one, we're only talking 200 pounds of beating on the front of your vehicle, as opposed to a hydraulic that's probably upwards of 1,000 pounds, which is just they're monsters. And then even our heavier duty electric one, you're talking more about 450. So at the end of the season, you're not replacing tie rods, bushings,
Yeah.
suspension issues. But the ones we sell are truly. I don't want to get too crazy. We do our lot with it, and you can, but this is going to be more for a lot here and there or a long driveway. More of your simpler plowing for sure, but it's amazing how simple they are, but they work very effective. So, but yes, you hit on the head. You're not going to beat the crap out of your poor truck, that's for sure. So,
Right. So you got one that is better if you're just taking and doing your own property, maybe your neighborhood or something like that, instead of going and spending that tons of money on the industrial kind. You got something
correct.
that works so much better. One of the other things that you guys specialize in are fifth wheels, and so what are the difference between like a fifth wheel hookup and a rear hookup?
Yeah. So a fifth wheel. So basically, when you're putting your weight into the bed, so like a semi truck is the best way to think of it. That's what a fifth wheel is, just so everyone has an idea.
Right.
But when you're putting that in the bed, that means we can carry a lot more payload by having weight in that bed. So we can do a much bigger trailer. So we're talking, we can tow, you can do a fifth wheel trailer up to 30,000 pounds with some of these newer trucks, which is insane, but it's there. But also the big difference is even though these things are monsters, the fact that they're in the bed as opposed to being off the rear of the vehicle, you can actually, your turning radius is much easier. The hookup is actually much easier. So even though these are much bigger trailers, it's amazing how you can actually tow a lot easier with a big fifth wheel. And it just actually the towing in a lot of cases actually better, meaning more comfortable ride than going with like a big 30 foot off the rear of the truck. So
30,000 pounds, that is amazing. That
yes,
when you think about it, an 80,000 pound truck is a semi. So I mean, just think about that.
yeah,
You're 60% of a semi, or I'm sorry, just short. You're 40% of what a semi can do. That's flat out amazing. I
yes,
can't believe that. Um, the bike and ski racks, brake controls,
yes.
camper tie downs, cargo carriers, and cargo boxes. All of these things are so great for the state that we live in, which is Colorado. And this is such a great place for people to come if they're visiting Colorado and something goes wrong.
Absolutely. We're always there. It gets a little tough depending on what the issue is, meaning trying to get it resolved quickly because we get booked out quite a bit. but we always do our best for walk-ins. If they come in and say, "Hey, I've got XYZ problem. Do you think you can look at it?" We'll say, "We actually can look at it for sure. Whether I can get it resolved that moment or not, but we can definitely work our best to get you in so you can get back on your travels, get out there, do your camping, get to the next state or wherever you're traveling to." So absolutely.
Harold, tell me a little bit about the story. And Your dad started this company, and he uh, it found a little bit of hard time because of because of the sign of the times, the recession, but you were able to build it back up.
Yeah, it was, we had, we all kind of felt those, right? I think '08 was our big one. That was the one that
Yeah.
we really felt the most. But yeah, we got through that and then slowly, and we got through it one by just being who we were, solving what people needed. Nice things, people were still traveling, just not as much. But then when they got going, but then we just kind of expanded, like we really got into big on the bike racks. Now we have a whole full line of RV accessories. So we got through it mostly by trying to add more so we could truly become, as we try to brag about being the one-stop shop. And that kind of helped, solidify that, so to speak. But yeah, it's just, I think we've all been there. It's just, you just had to work a little bit harder, a little bit more, and just make sure that the customers are happy with what we're doing, to be honest with you. That's what it comes down to in the end. So
Yeah, there probably wouldn't be much of a market if you were just doing the receiver hitch in the back of the receiver hitch in the back of your pickup. I mean, you would do stuff around Colorado maybe because of all the agriculture and horses and cattle movement, but that's more of a fifth wheel thing anyway. But Yeah. So, what are like the most popular things that you guys are working on right now?
sure. Truly our biggest, I mean, our bread and butter, the one we do the most is really a hitch and wiring. So, people can tow their boat trailer, their camping trailer, their motorcycle trailer. And then, like I said, doing a lot of hitches for bike racks. And that's even on like the really small sedans. Like we're doing hitches on Mini Coopers. We're doing them on every Subaru. Subaru is by far our most popular, whether it's, the
Oh yeah.
Crosstreks, the Outbacks, whatever. But it's the bread and butter for us is getting that in those installations done so people can take their toys where they want to go. um, and then obviously trying to get more of the big boys, trying to get these fleet guys in with the truck accessories. We're getting there a little bit, but we're trying to get more. So but our bread and butter, our ones that we're hitting every day, is that. And then our really big one that's become more of a push is guys setting their vehicle up to be towed behind a motorhome.
Yeah.
So because it's pretty intense, you have to put a whole, we have to put what they call a base plate on the front of the vehicle, which means we're dismantling the whole front of the car, putting this on, putting the car back together, wiring it up so the lights work, putting in a brake system. So pretty intensive, but for all these people that, you got a big motorhome, you don't want to get there and then have to go to the restaurant in your motorhome. You'd rather take your car, or you're going to go sightseeing. You'd rather take your car. So that's been one of our bigger things that we probably do 3 to 4 a week now. So
Right. This is about the perfect time because campgrounds are starting to open up
exactly.
right. So you got the people who go out and set up camp all year long or all summer long. All honesty here, you said something a couple times about motorcycles and being a biker myself. Those are the one things that kind of bug me, because I'm a guy who rides. The
Right,
thought of
right.
having a motorcycle trailer, that's cool as long as you can camp inside the motorcycle trailer. Other than that, guys, gals, ride the bike. That's what
Right,
you bought it for. It's always one of those things. I hear people say, yeah, we're putting the bikes on the trailer and heading up to Sturgis. I'm like, it's like a 5 hour ride. Why are you putting it on a trailer? It
exactly.
just doesn't make any sense to me.
Right.
I'm one of the guys that they would call someone with an iron ass. I
Right, lots,
enjoy. Yep, I
and I
enjoy.
would say probably, and I'd say probably, Zach, mostly more of ours are guys, more of the maybe off the off-road guys that are taking their bikes up to the hills and then hitting the roads, or the trails. But you're exactly right. Totally agree. So it's time to enjoy that bike, get on the road. So
Oh yeah, yeah. Um, if somebody comes in with a wiring issue, say from out of state, they can come to you, and there's no guarantee you can get to it right away, but you guys will take a look at it and diagnose it and tell them, even if it's something maybe you couldn't get at right away, is it something that maybe you could help them, point them in the direction to replace?
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, especially nowadays, kind of we were talking about, I mean, you were talking about how we could do hitches on the rears all day. The crazy thing is most of these vehicles already come with hitches and wiring from the factory. So
Hmm.
it's amazing how many times guys come in and literally, if it has the factory wiring, it's as simple as a fuse that's been
Yeah.
created like a short by the trailer. So yeah, so our first thing is we look at the truck and we'll just use a Ford for right now. We know exactly where all the Fords, the fuses are. If we don't, we say, hey, hand me your owner's manual. Let's go through it real quick, and a lot of times, literally, we can have this fixed in 5 minutes and get the people on their way. So sometimes it's actually rather easy. But if the person doesn't know it, they would never know how to resolve. So
Yeah, I know. At one point in time, I was trying to place a trailer onto a hitch, and I could not get the lights to work. And then I realized it's because I pinched a wire in the
yeah,
coupling and
yeah.
kind of broke the wire off, and that's the
Right.
reason why it wouldn't work. So, but felt like a fool. Wasted about 2 hours trying to diagnose it, and realized, well, you can't put it, you can't sever that wire and make it go.
Right.
Harold, they get a hold of you by calling 303 904 1558. That's 303 904 1558. Correct?
Correct. And then they can also, a lot of people like to email. And if that's the case, that's info@hitchcorner.com. So info at hitchcorner.com. Especially if you're traveling, like some people are like, oh crap, I have this problem. It's like, late at night, they can send an email or they can leave a message on our phone by calling that number for sure. So
Let me ask you this question. Do people sometimes do preemptive checks? Maybe they're coming into town. They say, hey, you know what? We know that we're going to go on a trip on Labor Day. We might as well stop in just for a wellness check on my trailer. Do they ever do that?
they do. I'd say probably, one thing, I'd say the bigger one on that is if people are using a weight distribution system, they'll call and say, hey, we're going to swing by. Would you take a look at it and see, we believe we've got it set up correctly? And then the other one and this is a little bit more difficult because the trailer has to be dropped off, but we obviously encourage people every season. And I try to do it more either at the very, very start of the season or the very end of the season. But that is to get their bearings checked, packed,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
um, because that's a big issue when, you don't want to learn the hard way. If you haven't packed your bearings for a couple years and you throw a bearing, now you're out in the middle of nowhere, and that you just ruined your trip. And so those are more some of the preemptive things that we try to get people into. Just they need to be aware that you can't just run on something forever without getting it checked. So
Yeah. So suggestion, you know what? If you're going to be in town, and for all of you who live in Colorado, let's start making plans to get your bearings done, maybe after the season. But do a preemptive check. I think it's, me personally, I think it's smart that, if you're going somewhere, make sure that everything is as good as it's as possible. Last thing in the world you want to do, and I've been in some camping spots where they're extremely, extremely bumpy, and you get in there and all of a sudden you lose a wheel. That's probably not the best thing in the world to do.
right,
No
exactly.
cell phone service, and you got a one wheel gone. Can't exactly call AAA and have them come up
That
and
is
help you
true.
with that. So, but once again, Harold, your phone number is 303 904 1558. 303 904 1558. If you go to communitypayitforward.us, all you have to do is go up to the info bar, search bar, and hit hitches or fifth wheel, bike racks, brake control, any of that, and it's going to come up. So, but Hitch Corner owner Harold Kiefer, thank you so much for joining me today, and thank you for becoming a partner and helping us to help others.
Thank you, Zach. I appreciate it. We're looking forward to helping people out. So we love
You
it.
know what? Yeah, me too. And again, this is thrilling for me because, like I said, I didn't know that this was even a thing, and I didn't know definitely how much of a thing this is. So I think
Sure.
there's a lot
So,
of things
well,
that
we
we can do
appreciate
to
it.
help
So,
people out. So, but thank you so much, Harold.
thank you.
So I thought I'd take a second and show you exactly how to take in and find Harold and navigate yourself to his landing page to go and check out and make sure that you can see every little thing that they do. One of the things that I'm going to do is that here on Harold's page, they have a wonderful video that we're going to share with you. But if you go up here to the top, and I guess if I do it on the right screen, that would work. But you go up here, right, and you put maybe fifth wheel, and you hit enter. Hitch corner pops up. Transportation pops up. Why? Because he's in both of these locations. So you can take and go to either hitch corner right there, or choose to go down here to trailer hitches, hitch corner. Once again, you get to learn a little bit about him. Centennial, they're in 10677 10677 Centennial Road in Littleton, Colorado. So 10677 Centennial Road in Littleton, Colorado. One of the other things that I wanted to do is I just wanted to show you, they've got this wonderful little video on their site that
Today we're going to do
introduces, let me stop the sound while I finish blabbing here. But this is a little 6-minute video that shows you about everything that they have in their store. So please check this out. It's full of much more information.
a quick walkthrough through our Hitch Corner Littleton store. As we walk up, we're going to see a line of our small utility trailers we carry. We have both black and galvanized. As we walk through, very first thing we see is our solar kits, generators. And then to our left is our cargo management. We have toolboxes, a full line of bike racks that go into trailer hitches and rooftops, our rooftop cargo boxes, hitch-mounted cargo carriers to carry just about anything you need, including a mobility carrier like for a scooter, rear-mounted cargo box, motorcycle carrier. Here we get into our trailer accessories for, again, mostly for cargo management on the inside. Truck accessories, full line of tonneau covers. We have a hitch-mounted snowplow, as well as we're showing off our NK mud flaps that mount to a trailer hitch. We have our ranch hand bumpers. And a quick display of all of our step bars that we offer. We have a full line of Carefree awning accessories. We have one more tonneau cover. We also have the Anderson Ultimate, which adapts a fifth wheel to a gooseneck ball. Then we have our standard fifth wheel hitches. That's our Kurt 24K slider. We have the Pull-Right automatic slider, which has been our most popular item, especially for short beds. And then we've got the Blue Ox Super Ride. We have factory OEM gooseneck replacement ball kits. We have the Pull-Right Super Light, quick adapter for a gooseneck if you have rails in your bed, and then changing up the coupler on your trailer to extend it out. We also have the convertible fifth wheel to gooseneck adapter. We have the B&W gooseneck and the companion. The companion hitch goes in place of the gooseneck ball. Over here, we have the Thule roof rack line. Everything you need for the roof, we've got by Thule. Then we get into our locks section. This is all the locks for the trailer. We then get into our tow bar setups. This is where we set up a vehicle to be towed. Then we get into our other lock section. This is going to be for all of our receiver locks to lock ball mounts, accessories into your trailer hitch. These are our most popular RV accessory items, things that almost everybody needs. So we keep those by the counter, obviously. And then we get into our wiring section, brake controls. Again, almost anything you need for wiring, we're going to have. And then again, finally for our cargo management section is our full line of ratchet straps. As we walk into the back, first thing we have is all of our ball mounts, fixed ball mounts, adjustable ball mounts. We have ball mounts for 2-inch receivers, for 2.5-inch receivers, and for the 3-inch receivers now. Over here is all of our accessories for camper tie downs and add-ons for campers, such as the Glow Step by Torque Lift. We have the Super Hitch by Torque Lift, which is for a camper with a overhang where they need to tow. We have our weight distribution systems. Most popular is the Equalizer E4, which is 4 points of sway control, and the Curt True Track, which provides 2 points of sway control. Then we get into our suspension products, Torque Lift stable loads, Airlift airbags, and the Firestone airbags, as well as the Timberins. Now we get into, for the RV side, our plumbing side, sewer hoses, all the accessory items needed for that system. Then we get into a lot of the hardware on the RV side, as well as, again, some of the hardware and a full line of electrical adapters. And then again, our final section of hardware. So I try to say, if you need something on the hardware side, please stop in. I believe we're going to have what you need. Full line of batteries, Group 24, 27s, and 6 volts. We have the WineGuard satellite systems, both for DirecTV and Dish being our most popular. We have the Snow Sport snowplow, which is a snowplow that goes into a 2-inch front receiver. Here we're getting more of accessories, hitch extensions, a lot of leveling systems for trailers, ball mounts, the convertible, which is you put the shank on the ball mount and then you can swap out the balls as you need. Again, more load leveling systems and wheel chocks. And then back to more trailer specific safety chains, couplers, and tongue jacks. And then we have a full line of trailer lighting as well. And spare tires. And then finally for RVs, we have the RV replacement vent tops. And more on the chemical side, toilet paper, and everything for the inside. So when you get a chance, please come in and stop by the Hitch Corner. You can also check us on the web at hitchcorner.com. That's HITCHCORNER.com. And I appreciate you checking us out. And please stop in. I think you'll be surprised.
Told you. There's a lot more to that than you would really ever think. I mean, it was amazing when I was watching that, and Z and I both agreed on this. It was like, okay, wait a minute. There cannot possibly be, that much to really share about this, can there? And we watched that, and then after I talked to him, I was amazed. I truly, truly was. Hey, I played it a little bit earlier, but one of the things that I wanted to do is I wanted to make sure that everyone understands exactly how Shop, Click, and Pick works. So I'm going to go on ahead and just play the video one more time, and then we're going to listen and watch a video about a school in Africa that could really use your help. They're in some pretty serious trouble, and maybe making a purchase from Harold and Hitch Corner would be a perfect way for you to help out this school in Africa. Oh, sorry about that. Got to get rid of that first.
Introducing Shop, Click, and Pick, the simplest way to support those doing good. We understand that shopping is a necessity, but with a slight adjustment, you can make a big difference. Here's how it works. Visit communitypayitforward.us and navigate to the Find Your Partners tab. Discover our verified giving partners, trusted allies ready to meet your needs. Shop with any partner that resonates with you. Click a picture of your receipt or invoice. Pick the mission partner you wish to support and use their QR code to send the receipt to us. Then, all you have to do is sit back and enjoy your purchase, knowing you've made a meaningful change for someone in need. Community Pay It Forward amplifies your business's impact by sharing your story with those who require your services, rallying support for those who need us all. Because no one needs to go it alone. When we all come together.
So somebody actually begged me pretty much to get rid of the AI voice, and so I redid that. And when you go onto the website, you're going to see that video with this voice redoing it. I had to fire the lady that did that, whatever her name was, Robot 6743, whatever it is. One of the things that we really want to make sure that you know how to do, though, is to find those mission partners that need your help. If you, once again, go to the verified partners, you go here to the mission partners and you click on the mission partners. A page is going to come up and it's going to have all of these classifications: 501c3, nonprofits and charity work, animal missions, Community Cares Cub Club, and we'll be visiting this one in a minute. Community Dare to Cares outreach and events. This one is a personal one because this is our free to all outreach. And so anytime that you make a purchase, if you choose us, that helps us continue to give stuff out to people for free. Community improvement missions. This is where maybe you and your neighborhood are involved in a non-tax receiving community project, cleaning up. Maybe you guys are all going to get together and have a picnic and clean up graffiti or clean up trash or whatever. If you need help trying to buy some garbage bags and stuff like that, contact us. We can help you raise a little bit of money to do that. Families and neighbors who need our help. These are all individuals who have asked us for help. These are just families who have asked us, hey, can you help us out? Something has gone wrong. We need your help. This is a recovery place where people go for, if the demons catch them. It's a place where they can go and they can recover. It's very important. We want to make sure you and your purchases can support these families by simply shopping with one of our partners like Hitch Corner. You also have Inclusion is for Everyone. Inclusion for Everyone is very simply, we want to thank you and support you if you are helping individuals who need our help, employing people who are differently abled, employing people who are struggling to get work. If you're employing people who are incarcerated and you're struggling in business, let us know about it. Maybe we can help you out. If you're doing good for others, we want to be part of what you're doing. healthy mind, body, and soul. We want to help these organizations that are trying to come up with ways of non-narcotic healing. What we try to do there is we try to come up with grants to help people discover what non-narcotic healing is all about. Honoring our heroes, both country and community. Y'all know how much the country and community both mean to me. Our heroes, our veterans, they mean everything. Without them, we would have nothing. And we also have supporting startups and business organizations. One you will not see on, but it is one that we're trying to get to, is an organization, or is a classification called These Walls Can Talk. We're talking about history. We want to share history on some of these buildings that are being knocked down because, well, nobody's using it, and we can put up condos here. And we have empty buildings everywhere, but we're going to put up more apartments here to, make our city look bigger. But to do that, we got to tear down this, 1830s farmhouse. If you want help, if you want a chance at help, trying to save your history, give us a call. Let us see what we can do. This is one that I feel guilty that it's not on there yet, because that's one of them that, look, I'm passionate about all those, but I love history. I am a history fanatic, and I hate seeing historic buildings being torn down for no reason at all. History is a lesson that more people need to learn. And here we go. Here's the rant that I got on earlier, and I decided not to do it. And I would do it live. And that way, if anybody has anything to say, they can come at me and they can say it to me. So please feel free. Actually, if you just give me a second, I'm going to go on ahead and play this first. So, QR code up in the corner. That's a QR code that invites you to come and join us on this podcast. It also gives you a chance to support what we do. If you can donate $5, you know what? That's going to help me keep the lights on, even though it doesn't look like I have lights on a lot of times. I like you guys seeing my fish. Jay and the boys and Louis back there, they like being seen, so I keep it dark back there. So I've also got a little sucker fish. I call him Ranger, and I call him Ranger because he's tiny and he sucks. Take that, Alexander. Welcome to the family. Sorry, had to do it. That's a little sad, but it is what it is. So, but if you want to be part of Community Impact, the new Wednesday night show, I invite you. Use the QR code. Come and join us. I'm going to be playing a video here in a little bit about a school in Africa that really needs our help. And I know that there's going to be a lot of people out there who are talking about all the kids that we've got in our country that need help. And you are, by God, right. But that does not change the fact that there are kids everywhere that need help. There are kids everywhere that need help. And I feel like we can work together to try to make a difference for every child out there. I don't feel like Well, they're in another country. That's their problem. They're in another state. That's their problem. They're in another city. That's their problem. I created Community Pay Up Forward. And I left it at community because I think community is all encompassing. All of us. We're all a community. Every single one of us has needs, has wants, has desires, has likes, has dislikes. And one of the things that I really think that we take for granted is the fact that we're going to play this video here in a minute. And one of the things that it shows is it shows the excitement of these kids when they're getting either 1 or 2 slices of bread and milk. And that could be all that they get for the day. But you look at their face and it's like they're getting a Happy Meal. Every single one of them says thank you. Every single one of them says thank you. Something that I think a lot of our kids now today need to see. When I show you this video, I'm showing this because I really hope that we can find the support for this organization. But again, this is a warning because you know what? This is not an impossibility. We watched a disease in 2000 shut down the United States. 2020, I'm sorry. 2020. We watched a disease come in and shut the country down. And this was something that, quite honestly, we never thought that it was even possible anymore. The plague is gone. The plague doesn't exist anymore. We don't have stuff like this. We've got science on our side. We've got people who are smarter than we've ever had. We've got all of these wonderful things that are going to prevent us from ever having anything like this again. And oh my God, we were wrong. Now, I don't care if you're a denier. I don't care if you're an anti-vaxxer. I don't care what you know what? Fact is, the country was shut down. That's the fact. The country got shut down. People lost jobs. People lost lives. Our country was in a spiral at that point in time, and it's just gotten worse. This is a plea to everyone out there. Left, right, center, center left, center right, upside down. I don't give a damn where you are. I've got family members and loved ones that I absolutely love with all my heart and respect that are so far on the other side of the political scale. I couldn't throw a rock far enough to get to them. I'd have to use a long distance code to get to them. We talk about this stuff. It's because we respect each other when we talk about this stuff. I want to know what they are thinking. I want to know their reasoning. I don't have to believe it, and I don't. I absolutely don't. And it's hard sometimes. It's hard to look at something when somebody's saying something and you have in your mind set what you think, and they say something so off the wall that you're just like, what? There's been one time, and there's been very, very confrontational elections in our past, folks. This isn't the first time. Believe it or not, it's not. Our second election, our first election, believe it or not, but our second and third election were extremely hostile. Adams and Jefferson, to say they didn't like each other would be it's actually they've actually got a real love-hate relationship. They really loved each other for a while, and then they hated each other, and then they got back together and started seeing eye to eye again, and then they both died on the exact same day, July 4th. Okay, imagine that. Adam's son, who ended up being the president of the United States, idolized Thomas Jefferson. He also idolized his father. There's only been one time, one election so far. And am I naive enough to think that this is never going to happen again? Hell no, I'm not. But there's only been one time, one election, where the paradigm shift was so drastic in America that it changed the lives of every American. And that was when Abraham Lincoln was elected. There have been changes after every election. And after every election, there have been people who stood there and were pissed off for 4 years and celebrated for 4 years. See, here's the thing. Pissed off or not, what you do, you work for a change. You don't hate people because of it. Celebrate. You've got to keep up the work that you're doing, that's going on right now, to make sure that you stay on that happy mode. Because guess what? It is going to come to an end. The other side is going to win an election eventually. I just made a joke a couple minutes ago about a team that I loathe with all my passion. The New York Rangers of hockey. Alexander, one of our brand new mission or brand new giving partners with Affleck. He's a Rangers fan. When I talk to him again, he has all right to give me hell because the night that we talked was the day before the last game that the Rangers played the Devils, and they beat the holy crap out of us. Well, after there was a fight in 2 seconds in. When it comes to politics, here's the thing. And here's the thing that everyone is forgetting. Not everyone, I'm sorry. But a lot of people are forgetting. No one wins. Ever. Okay? And we are all losing because we are being ripped apart. Because we've got it in our heads right now that this election is going to be the end of our civilization. There is a lot of stuff out there working against every American. There is not one man on this earth, Republican, Democrat, Green Party. There's not one man, there's not one woman on this earth that alone can make a difference. Not one. Not a single person. We have to be able to work together. When we don't see eye to eye and we just say, well, that's it, I'm done, we walk away from opportunity. I don't expect and I don't want everyone to like everything I say. Because quite frankly, sometimes I'm just ridiculous. I had to look at my wife when she was walking by to see if she gave me a face when I said that. But we need to stop letting this completely and totally tear us apart. You can disagree with each other. You can, not only can you, but you should. You should disagree. Disagreeing is fun. It actually is. It helps you think. It also helps you understand what another person's saying. You don't have to like what someone else says to respect their views, even if you don't understand them. There are some fantastic books out there that that are talking about certain ways to deal with people that you don't quite understand, and I would love nothing more than to share them with you. Unfortunately, I'm not going to do that because I'm not here to take a side, because there's not a single side that's right. There's not a single side that's 100% wrong. We are allowing these clowns to divide us as people. We need to stand up and say, enough. It's time that we stand up and say, enough. I don't like the person you like. So let's talk about sports. Oh, wait, you're a Broncos fan? I don't want to talk to you about that either, because your team sucks too. If it's that divisive, stay away from it. If you don't know how to talk to someone with respect, stay away from it. But damn it, stop losing your family over this. Stop letting other people dictate your love. Stand up for your family. Stand up for yourself. Most importantly, stand up and remember, this is our country. During Abraham Lincoln's time, we had our Civil War. It killed a lot of people. It killed a lot of people. And anybody who's out there cheering for a Civil War, just remember that. The Civil War killed a lot of people. We're smarter than this. You don't have to like my ways. I'm not going to like your ways all the time. That's the way it is. But we've got to come together. We've got to work together, and we've got to be able to do this together. One person is not going to change everything. One person cannot change everything alone. Luckily, the fellas in the white dusted wigs, they made sure that couldn't happen. So, this all got started because I'm talking about this video I'm going to show you right now before we run out of time. And it does show children in Africa that are very, very hungry, that need this school. And this school needs your help. The school needs your help to survive. If you go over here, once again, I got here by going to Find Your Partner, going to Mission Partners. If you go down here to Community Cares Cub Club, you press on that. You go to Learn More. It's going to take you to this wonderful page, and you get to watch me drop the puck at the grit game, and there's our little Abby and our Nate and all the fun we had. Here's a little bit about the Cub Club video, a suggestion on how you can take and create collection boxes for your area. You can download our Cub Club activity book, give your kids something to do and learn. You're also going to find a couple of the organizations that are out there that deal with children. Connell's Hugs from Heaven. And this one, Happy Gardens Community School. I'm going to play this video. And again, these kids are beautiful. They really are. And the story's really cool. But they need your help. You can scan this QR code that you see right here, and any purchase from any of our partners, like Hitch Corner, or that you see now up there in the corner, any purchase can go to help these children. And if what you need to do is make yourself feel better about it by donating to 2 organizations that are within America, and then give another donation to Happy Gardens Community School, you're doing it by making a purchase that you need. So have at it. Use as many of our partners as you would like, because they are here for you. This is a video shot by my friend Lydia Aniango. She started a daycare. It turned into this school. Please enjoy this video. It's about 5 minutes long.
Yes, my name's Lydia Aburonyango. I'm the founder of Happy Gardens Community School. I started this school in 2021 as a daycare in my home. And when I was growing up, I went through the challenge of education. My mother died when I was 5 years, and nobody could take me to school. I took myself to school from class 2 to class 8, and it was also by the help of well-wishers and donors. I remember when I finished my class 8, I was not able to go to high school. And through Nairobi Christian Church, I was among the first beneficiaries for Child Chance for Africa that I went through my teaching college. This made me to have this vision to start a school to help these needy children, orphans, and vulnerable in my community. Say one spoon, many spoons. What are these? Spoons. One spoon and many spoons. Yes. I also have the lids here. Okay. One lid, many lids. Yes, you can say one lid or two lids. I'm really grateful that through the help of donors and well-wishers, I was able to go through my college and identify this need in my community. Right now, I have 81 children who are supporting educationally and also with feeding program. I really, really appreciate the well-wishers, partners like Faith Community Pathways. I know that you joining and coming in to work with us, to support us, it really makes a difference. I know that when you provided for us breakfast, it really, really encouraged us, and the children were very, very excited. Even those who comes to school late, around 8 or 8:30, today they came very early looking forward for that cup of tea and a piece of bread. I'm really grateful for your support, Faith Community Pathways, and also welcome anybody who is willing to come and partner with us, provide us even for lunch or a cup of tea. It will really go a long way to support these children. So at this time, I want to really thank you so much, Faith Community Pathways. I pray that you may continue to work together, may continue to support our program. For some of these children, they come, they don't even have books, use even papers to give them right on. Some don't have an uniform, some don't have school fees, school shoes, and all these. If we can do it together, if we can work together, then sky will only not be the limit, but will be at a better place, because they are the future of tomorrow. So thank you so much. I'm really grateful, and I pray that you can also visit our school, can also come and teach them, because for me, teaching is a call. It's more than a profession to me. I have a heart for kids, and serving them makes my joy complete. Thank you once again. God bless you, and together we can do it. Remember, feed a child, feed a community. Thank you.
I don't know exactly what those kids said there at the end. I just know it was cute as hell. So happy. Look, the thing is, again, this is a school that is in danger of being evicted, and you saw where they're at. You saw that they're not working with a lot. They're not working with a lot to begin with. So them losing anything is tremendously bad, and especially for them. Happy Gardens Community School has been a mission partner for quite a while, and I want to help Lydia. So I ask you, please scan the QR code you see right there, or you don't even have to scan it. Just go to it and click it. And you click it, and what you do is you come here. You go to any of our verified giving partners right here. Uh-oh, I guess I better change that, huh? You go to any of our verified giving partners, which are right in here. Find what you're looking for. Okay? You need business, sales, and service. Let's just go and check that out. You want to get one of these wonderful little bracelets that I've got that's attached to my business card. You go to a piece of Kylie, you order one, you tell her, I want to support. It goes to her page. I want to support the Happy School. Happy Gardens. And a portion of what you pay her will come back to us and go to help and keep that school alive. We're not talking about millions of dollars here, but we don't need millions. We need little actions to do the biggest impact. That is the reason why we are now Community Impact. You want to be on our show, please scan that little QR code right there and let's talk. I'll get you on the show in the next couple days. Coming up in just a second, we're going to be having the Footprints Forward from a couple weeks ago. We are taking a break from Footprints Forward for a week, maybe two, just depends on what's going on. But we will be back here next week with a lady that we were hoping to have her program go off tonight. Unfortunately, we didn't have nobody do it, but her story is very, very sad. Look, her ex-husband had her kidnapped, raped, and was going to have her killed. You heard me right. It's a very difficult story to listen to, but what she's doing with it's amazing. She's teaching you and your business how to handle sexual harassment. So that's she's gonna be part of next week. So folks, please remember, if you're not helping someone, you're hurting everyone. No one needs to go it alone when we all come together. My name is Zach Clayton, Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and still the PAC channels, but now Community Impact. I implore you, let's find out more about this wonderful magazine that's going to be coming out in June. Get your business involved, because you get your business involved, you bring in a nonprofit. We learn about you. We learn about your favorite nonprofit. And there's the Alexa that my wife was talking about. That's not good. But anyway, I guess it's going to rain tomorrow and be cold. Anyway, if you're not helping someone, you're hurting everyone. And I just want to say one last thing. Look, I know that I got a little heavy tonight, but I'm a fat guy. Okay, I get heavy all the time. Ask my knees. You ought to see the hole in my chair where my floor is. God, I feel sorry for my... Sorry, off on a tangent there. Please love somebody out there, because somebody out here loves you. My name is Zach Clayton, president and founder of Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and the PAC channels. Join me next week when we come back to continue to make an impact on the community, on Community Impact. Have a great day. We'll see you next week. Introducing Shop, Click, and Pick, the simplest way to support those doing good. We understand that shopping is a necessity, and with a slight adjustment, you can make a huge difference for those in need. Here's how it works. Visit communitypayitforward.us and navigate to the Find Your Partners tab. Discover our verified giving partners, trusted allies ready to meet your needs. Shop with any partner that resonates with you. Click a picture of your receipt or invoice. Pick a mission partner you wish to support and use their QR code to send a receipt to us. Then all you have to do is sit back and enjoy your purchase, knowing you've made a meaningful change for someone in need. Community Pay It Forward amplifies your business's impact by sharing your story with those who require your services, rallying support for those who need us all. Because no one needs to go it alone when we all come together.
Show me the way. You wanna hold the heart of Sunset Boulevard. Bring me here, 'cause it's not quite clear to be a part of Sunset Boulevard.